Okay, we're back. Sitcom 1. Okay, I'm tabbing over. Again, I'm not a great actor, but I just want to get to a couple of subject matters here for my latest video to help you think about some stuff in this course. Here we are. Okay, so a couple of things. I put on another assignment in Canvas. It's another storyline, a new storyline, take into account my notes on your last storyline. One of the things that came out of the last Zoom session was some students said, well, we want to see other people's work. I said, great. So I put everyone's first storyline in the file section on Canvas. So you'll find it there. You can read everybody. You won't see the grades in the comments. Nobody got any terrible grades. They were all very good. But you can just read and see what kinds of stories other students are writing to give you some context for your own. I will point out that in terms of one issue that comes up a lot is gapping. I know that's a bit of a difficult concept. That's why I keep bringing it up. In terms of the gapping, I would look at one written by Helena da Costa Gomez. I felt that she got a lot out of the spaces between the three scenes. So you have scene 1, 2, and 3. The gaps is where you need some sort of break in time where something has probably happened off screen that we can catch up with in the next scene. And that kind of gives us a reason to tune back in. Okay. I thought she handled conflict very well. But they're all good. So you can check them out on the files part of Canvas. Another thing I want to let you know, number 2, is that by now writing a second storyline with 3 episodes in it, you've essentially planned out more than half of your own episode for Modern Family. Because if you were to keep the first one, which we'll do, in which you have, let's say, an A story, perhaps that's Claire and Phil, and you've got A1, A2, A3, then by writing, let's say, a new storyline here in assignment number 2, which might be Jay and Gloria and Manny, B1, 2, and 3, you've got 2 storylines that you could interweave, and it would probably take up more than half of an entire episode. So as we go to write some of those towards a final episode for the course, you're already sketching it out, basically, if that makes sense. Okay. If you have any questions, by the way, email me, depaulg@newschool.edu. The biggest note that I gave folks was to really be loyal to the established character's voice. Remember, a lot of sitcom comedy is farce, and a lot of it comes from characters behaving in their special, unique way, but in different circumstances, which can also be described as fish out of water. That's why Jay can be so funny at a quinceañera party, right? Because he still acts like Jay, but in an environment where he's liable to say and do things that are embarrassing or foolish or make people think askance of him, right? Do the wrong things. That's exactly what we want him to do, right? If he understood where he was and he understood what was going on and he said all the right things, he wouldn't be very funny, okay? So the trick is to know your characters really, really well. If they act out of character, if Luke does something super intelligent, well, that really is in violation of what we've seen from him in the show, right? If Cam is very uptight, it's a bit of in violation of the way he's been shown to be in the show. If Mitch is very, very relaxed, or Claire is very relaxed, that kind of violates who they are, who we know them from previous episodes in the pilot as being. So you want to keep to their established characters, right? Characters that are very extroverted are going to act very extroverted, and characters that are very introverted, the same thing, okay? Another tip, and this came up a lot, always comes up when I teach this course, is watch out that you don't have 2 characters doing something as a team where they almost seem like the same person. It tends to kill off their uniqueness. This happens a lot with Mitch and Cam, where people write them almost as the same person, just 2 of them. Well, then you don't need 2 of them. You'd only need 1 of them, right? So if they're going to react to the same stimulus the same way and do things the same way and take the same actions and make the same choices, then you don't need both of them. What makes them a fun couple, like all the couples in Modern Family, is that they are personality-wise kind of opposites. That's why they're written that way. Cam is from the country. Mitch is definitely an urban or suburban guy. Cam is supposed to be more extroverted and relaxed and comfortable in public, and Mitch is a little bit more like whispering in the back and a little bit more introverted. You want that difference because that's what makes them funny when they're together. okay? Because they butt heads or they have disagreements, just like Claire and Phil have disagreements, just like Jay and Gloria. We want that, okay? So keep your characters unique, especially in twosomes. A number of people did it with Mitch and Cam. Some people did it with Luke and Manny. Some people did it with, who are very different, I think. And some people did it with maybe Phil and Jay in one scene. Always distinguish, distinguish, distinguish. You want it to be such that if you read the script out loud to yourself and you read the characters' lines and you didn't know who they were, like if you just had number one, number two speaking, that you'd be able to figure it out because the lines would be written in such a way that you'd sense you're reading Cam because Cam is so unique. You'd sense you're reading Gloria because Gloria is so unique. Oh, another little note, number 3, in the Zoom conference that we had last week, and we're having another one that you're invited to, we talked about your favorite shows. That was totally interesting. There weren't that many common shows. Everyone is, the interests are so diverse, and I think that's an interesting new thing that sitcom writers have to think about, and we talked about that. We can talk about that some more. But here's a big sitcom writing, screenwriting tip that I want you to remember. As you guessed from my book, the professionals study each other. If you're a professional sitcom writer, you're on a show, you have read hundreds and hundreds of scripts before ever showing up at that show and ever getting hired. The one most common element out there for feature writers, drama writers, TV writers, whether they're sitcom or drama, is they're readers. Writers have to be readers, and you have to read scripts in their script form, okay? I strongly encourage you, if you love a show, Fleabag came up a couple times. If you love Fleabag, I haven't seen it yet, but if you love Fleabag, you want to learn about it in a way that helps you personally. Google Fleabag, try to find a PDF of one of the original scripts, a PDF with the author's name on it. Most of them are out there, not all, but most of them are out there for free. Just PDF, bring it onto your computer, print it out or look at it on the screen and read it and study it. How did they write the stage directions? How did they write, did they use parentheticals? How did they write the dialogue? What does it look like on the page? Don't try to learn from the show just based on what you see after someone's directed and produced it and actors have put their input and their contribution. Read it on the script, which is what we writers do. Read it on the page, okay? So those PDFs are out there. Watch out for transcriptions. Transcriptions are just what a fan has done by watching an episode, and it's not going to be in the right format, and format is hugely important as well. It's not going to read a minute per page, which is what good formatting gives you, which is, you read it in the right order and not going too quickly, not going too slowly. You get it. I won't. Whoops. I have all the lights rigged up to try to make me look half decent. Okay, anyways, that was all my notes. Thank you so much. Please check out the new assignment, a new storyline. Any questions to paulg@newschool.edu. Okay, thanks so much.